Hi, my name is Laura Click, and this is one of a series of yoga for folks with non-radiographic axial spondyloarthritis or anyone who has mobility challenges and is trying to juggle that balance between building strength and maintaining flexibility and resting and not causing damage to your body. So we are outside today. You are probably going to hear the chickens in the background. One of my dogs might walk across. But this practice is intended to be very gentle. It will include some movement and actually some time standing. It's been a very long work day for me, and so I need to get up and move around a little bit. So I'm seated on a stool. If you have a chair, you might find that that is helpful to you in this practice. So I also have some blocks and I have a strap. And then I have a book that we'll read a little bit out of. But I invite you to find a space that is comfortable to you. So depending on the state that your body's in today, that might mean that you're standing just in mountain pose. That might feel more comfortable to you than sitting in a seated position, or you might feel okay sitting in a seated position. But I invite you to find a place that feels comfortable to you where you can stay for a few moments. We'll allow the eyes to gently close. If it doesn't feel safe to close your eyes, that's okay. You can just soften the gaze, looking gently at the ground in front of you. Maybe try not to look too hard at anything. And we'll begin just to attend to the breath. So breathing in and breathing out fully. Perhaps we take one more cleansing breath like that. So breathing in to fill all the way up through the belly. And as we breathe out, we'll sigh it out. Allow the breath to be what it is, rising and falling with your normal rhythm. And perhaps as you begin to attend to the breath, you can start to feel your body settle. So feeling the points of connection between your feet and the ground. If you're seated in a chair, feeling the points of connection between your sits bones and the chair or the stool. If you're lying on the ground, perhaps you feel the weight of your back against the earth. As we breathe here, I invite you to focus your attention on those points of connection, those points of safety, to where you're being held, safe, secure, supported by the ground or the props. If you're standing, perhaps you could sway gently back and forth to the balls and the heels of your feet, allowing yourself to feel how your body gently moves just with the inhale and the exhale. As we stay here in this posture, in whatever posture you're in, I offer these words from Thich Nhat Hanh. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. So we breathe in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know that this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. As we follow our breathing, we can say simply calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. Calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. Calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. Continue in this pattern for just a few moments more. Calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. As we begin to let go of those focused words, perhaps you could begin to bring your attention back to the space that you're in. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze soft, first can we attend to what you hear? So noticing what input your ears are bringing you from the world around you. And then whatever information your ears have brought you, perhaps you could gather it up and just set it to the side. As we turn our attention maybe to what our bodies feel. So I'm outside, I feel the sun and I feel a light breeze. Perhaps you feel cool air, warm air. Perhaps you feel the weight of your body wherever it's being held, the points of connection between different parts of your body. Can you just notice what you notice? And then gathering up all of that sensory input, that information that our sense of touch, of feeling gave us. Can we set that to the side? And gently begin to blink open the eyes, taking in the visual surroundings around us. So perhaps it's a familiar room. Perhaps you're somewhere else. Perhaps you could gently just allow your eyes to bounce around the space that you're in, noticing what you notice. And taking all of that visual stimuli, we set that to the side. And let's just begin to gently wake the body up. So I'm in a seated posture, and you may be able to see I'm just gently rubbing my hands up and down my thighs. So just activating the fascia, not hard, just gentle. It's not a massage, just very gentle touch. Perhaps noticing the difference between if you use your full palm versus your fingertips. If you're standing, perhaps you could engage in the same experience, but while you're standing. And letting that go, perhaps we could take the right hand just up in front of you. And let's just begin very gently to circle it. Very gentle circles. Not forcing it, not going any further than your body says is okay. Going clockwise to start. And then we'll stop and go the opposite direction. So counterclockwise, rotating the wrist on its axis. Then we'll set the right hand back on the lap, or allow the hand to rest down by your side, and we'll take the left hand, bring it up just in front of you. We'll begin this time to rotate the left hand counterclockwise. Gently, slowly, no need to rush or hurry. And now we'll stop, come to a pause, and go the opposite direction. So this time we're going clockwise. Allowing that hand to rest back on the laps or the lap or hang by your side. We'll begin to just take some gentle shoulder circles. So bringing the shoulders up past the ears, down the back. Up past the ears, down the back. Up past the ears, down the back. One more time this direction. And now we'll reverse it, going backwards first and bringing the shoulders forward. Coming back to stillness. Perhaps we could reach the arms out as wide as they could possibly go, trying to stretch that body as far apart as it can go, creating space in the chest and in the upper back. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, wrap the arms around the body with the right arm over the left. And we'll gently you can stay here with your hands, giving yourself a gentle hug. Might feel nice to incorporate some movement, so perhaps swaying side to side. Perhaps you could gently rotate the torso. Or perhaps you just find stillness. Feeling the breath fill the back of the upper spine. One more breath here. And then as we inhale, we'll reach wide again, as wide as you can go. Maybe wiggle the fingers a little bit. And on the exhale, wrap the arms around the body with the left arm on top of the right arm this time. And again, find stillness here. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe gently rotate the torso, just like 30 degrees, 15 degrees at maximum. Not a heavy rotation. And then let's find stillness, allowing the shoulders to come down the back, feeling the upper back fill with air with each inhale. And with each exhale, could you ground down further through the sits bones, through the tailbone? On the next inhale, we'll take the arms wide again. As you exhale, can you make little cupcakes with your hands, place them on your shoulders, and we'll begin just to do little chicken wing shoulder rolls. So take this as small as you can. Your shoulder roll may look like this, right? It may be like a little spot, right? If it feels available to you, you can take it a little bit larger. This is creating space in the shoulder joints. Going as slow as feels comfortable to you. No need to rush. Now we'll reverse and take the elbows from the back to the front. And again, you may find that either one side feels different than the other. Perhaps going forward was easier or harder than going backward. Taking the circles, whatever feels comfortable to you. Opening up the space in the shoulder capsules. One more inhale to bring the arms wide. Exhale to bring them up overhead. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale to form a goalpost with the elbows, bringing the chest forward, drawing the belly in toward the spine. Inhale to bring the arms up overhead again. Exhale to bring the hands down to the lap or down by your side. We're going to move into some neck mobility. I cannot stress enough to only go as far as feels comfortable to you. There's no added benefit from extra stretching of your neck. Allow gravity to do its job. Avoid using muscular energy to pull your neck one direction or the other. We just want to allow gravity and allow your body to be your guide. So we'll take an inhale here. And as we exhale, allow the chin to fall toward the chest, just as far as feels comfortable. If it pinches, if it hurts, it's too far. We'll take 3 breaths here. On an inhale, bring your head back to center. Take your fingertips and place them right underneath your collarbones on your skin. And as you pull the skin down, we'll take an inhale here. And as you exhale, pull the skin down and gently lift the chin up toward the sky. So you'll notice this stretches the front of the neck without losing the stability of the back of the neck. One more inhale. Exhale to come back to center. We're going to begin to look side to side. So we'll inhale here. As we exhale, we'll look to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, look to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, look to the right. Only going as far. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left as feels available to you. 2 more each direction. Coming back to center on an inhale, we'll begin to drop on your next exhale the right ear toward the right shoulder. So this might be a tiny little tilt, and that's okay. Don't force it. Just allow gravity to take your ear toward your shoulder as far as it naturally wants to go. You can take that left hand and maybe dangle it down by your side. Give gravity a little bit of encouragement. Breathing into the left side of the neck. Inhaling back up through center. On an exhale, we'll allow the head to fall, the ear to gently fall toward the left shoulder. Again, you're not forcing this, just allowing gravity to take it as far as it will go. You can drop that right arm down by the side if that feels comfortable to you, creating a little bit more space on the right side of the neck. On an inhale, we'll come back to center. If you're standing, I'm going to invite you to, or if you're sitting, I'm going to invite you to come to standing gently. Maybe shake it out a little bit. We've been sitting for a long time. Move the hips side to side. We're going to take some very gentle movement standing. So from here, on an inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead, looking up toward the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Inhaling to bring the arms up overhead. Exhaling to bring the hands down through heart center. Inhaling to bring the arms up overhead. Grab the left wrist with the right hand, reach really tall, and then gently begin to lean over toward the right. So only as far as feels available to you. If you feel sharp pinching, if you feel pain in your back, this should not be a painful activity. Back off. Come back closer to standing. On an inhale, we'll come back up overhead. On an exhale, we'll take the right wrist in the left hand and take it over toward the left. Same thing. If you feel pinching, pain, stop. If you feel a stretch, perhaps with each inhale, you could imagine lengthening the side body, filling the tight spaces with air. Inhaling back overhead. As we exhale, we'll goalpost the arms for a tiny little back bend. Inhaling the arms up overhead, bringing the hands down to heart center. So in this posture, we're going to workshop mountain pose just a little bit. So finding your feet flat on the earth. I invite you just to notice your feet to start with. So feet can be one of the places that don't feel great when you have this condition. And so just take a minute to rock gently forward and back and notice what you notice. One of the great benefits of yoga is practicing without judgment. So observing your experience without judgment, without noticing that your response might be that I'm so frustrated that this still feels this way, and that's okay. You can let that be what it is. You can breathe, send the breath down to the soles of the feet, and then come back into stillness. Perhaps you take a moment just to sway side by side, forward and back. And then we'll begin to draw the attention up the knees, up to the hip points, maybe placing the hands on the hips. And in this position, I invite you to bend your knees a little bit if it's available to you. And we're going to take some standing cat-cows. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. So in this position, I've got my hips are over my heels. My knees are slightly bent. And with an inhale, I'm going to gently, you may not even from the outside be able to observe the movement. I'm going to gently tilt the tailbone back. And with an exhale, I'm going to gently tilt it forward. Inhaling to gently tilt it back. Exhaling to gently tilt it forward. Again, you may not even be able to notice an observable movement from the back, depending on how stiff you are, but even the process of envisioning your spine moving creates a little bit of movement that can create some space in the spine. One more here. And then we'll come back up to stand and shake it out. That was a lot of standing with the feet, with the knees a little bit bent. So coming back to standing now. We'll go back into our mountain pose. So noticing the feet on the ground, drawing the attention up the knees to the hips. Now we can draw our attention into our inner core, Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, I invite you to breathe out like you're blowing through a straw. Feel those lower core muscles zip up to support your low back. Breathing in again. And exhaling like through a straw. Rolling the shoulders up, down, and back, and allowing the hands to fall to the side. Take your chin. So I'll come to the side again so you can see. Oftentimes we are like this, right? So can we lean it back a little bit? Bring the hips in line over the heels. Take the chin, if it's jutting out, tuck it in a little bit so that you have this long line down the back of your body. And we'll stand here for just a moment. On the next inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, take a deep bend in the knees and begin to fold forward. So only coming really to about halfway. Placing the hands on the knees. From this position, if it feels available to you, on an inhale, can you tilt the tailbone back, up? And on an exhale, can you tilt it down? Inhaling to tilt the tailbone up. Exhaling to tilt the tailbone down. We'll take one more here. Inhaling to tilt the tailbone up. Exhaling to tilt the tailbone down. We'll inhale to tilt the tailbone up, and as you exhale, tilt the tailbone down, roll up through the spine. The next inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead. On an exhale, bringing the hands through heart center, deep bend in the knees. We'll come all the way down to the earth, or as close to the earth as is available to you. So your knees may be bent like this. You may have a block or two in front of you to catch your hands. You may find that you need a couple of blocks, but coming into this forward fold in whatever position feels available to you. So here in this space, you have your hands on your blocks, and we're just going to allow the head to hang, maybe swaying side by side, toying with straightening one leg and the other, allowing the body to be fully supported by the blocks, shaking the head, allowing gravity to pull the head toward the ground. Then on an inhale, bringing our hands either to the blocks, perhaps to the knees, only coming about halfway up right now. Take a moment to allow the blood in your head to settle back down. Then on an inhale, we'll tuck the tailbone and slowly roll up to stand. From the standing position, find yourself in mountain pose one more time. Bringing arms up overhead on an inhale, and on an exhale, can we gently twist to the side? So keeping the hips pointing forward, the feet firmly planted. Can we twist just from that middle spine? Lifting the arms up overhead on an inhale, exhaling to twist to the left. Arms up overhead on an inhale, exhaling to twist to the right. Arms up overhead on an inhale, exhaling to twist to the left. Arms up overhead on an inhale. Inhale here. Exhale to goal post the arms. Inhale to sweep the arms up overhead and bring the hands down through center. From this pose, we're going to move into a short Shavasana. So I'm going to invite you to come back to a laying position. I'm going to come back to my seated position. Shavasana does not have to be laying down. It can be. It can be in a reclined position. It can be in a seated position. But as you come into this place, let's take inventory of the body. So beginning from the crown of the head, moving down through the face, so drawing this imaginary line down the middle of the forehead to the nose, noticing any areas of tension, expanding the awareness out through the eyes to the temples, noticing if there's anywhere that you are using muscular energy to hold your face in place. Drawing the attention down the jawbone, noticing if the jaw is clenching. And here for just a moment, we'll take a breath. So breathing in, I calm my body, and breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Gently taking the attention and the awareness down the spine, noticing the shoulders. Have they crept up back toward the shoulders? Can they relax toward the ears? Can they relax down the back? Finding yourself grounded in whatever seat or posture you're in. The eyes gently closed. Allowing your body to settle into this moment. We'll return to these words from Thich Nhat Hanh. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Calming, exhale, smiling. Inhale, present moment. Exhale, wonderful moment. Calming, smiling. Present moment. Wonderful moment. Remaining here, in touch with your body, in touch with your breathing. Perhaps a tiny smile on the face. Allowing your mind to settle, to drift where it does. Noticing if you like where it drifted, or if you want to invite it back to these words: calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. As you slowly begin to come back to your surroundings, bringing some movement back into the fingers, the toes, perhaps moving the head side to side. When it feels available to you, perhaps you gently open your eyes, allow the hands to find each other at the heart center, the gaze to drift down to the hands. Calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. As always, at the end of these practices, I invite you to ask yourself, did this feel right to me today? Do I feel more space between my joints and in my body? And is this the level of practice that I would want to do tomorrow? I hope that you all have a wonderful evening.